You also did a deep dive on the team that defense will be playing. Sunday Night Football, we got Houston versus my Detroit Lions.
Yep.
So let's go to number 2.
Let's do it.
Number 2 in the pick 6, that Texans offense, C.J. Stroud struggling. You want to take a look at it, your man crush from last year, the best rookie quarterback season that, we've really ever seen.
Right, forever, right. And we've been saying this, right? This is something you've heard me say a bunch of weeks. Like, the Texans haven't played a real good game the whole year.
Something's wrong.
Something is wrong. And we talked about 2 weeks ago a little bit about, hey, the protection issues, and they're being exposed a little bit, right? I said in the podcast, I think 2 weeks ago, it's kind of the Shanahan light offense in a lot of ways. It's really like, hey, this is Shanahan, but this is the basic stuff, and that's all we do. And I do think people, because of that scheme and the way they play it, and Bobby Slowik's not doing a good enough job of hiding it, like in the week before against the Green Bay Packers, they exposed the pass protection scheme. They made it where it was like, wait, we know if we line up like this, they'll slide the offensive line one way, and then we'll drop people out and bring them the other way, and they won't be able to slide back and get them, right? We kind of talked about that. That was part of it. So we looked at the Jets film, and I was going, let me see what the Jets did to expose it.
Yep.
And what I found is they didn't expose it as much as I thought, rather than this one was more of not good play up front and a little bit of exposing and some other things that have to get fixed on the Houston Texans offense.
So we're going to go deep into your notebook here. Let's let Will 1990B start this off here with the $1 million question here. What up, B? At this point, it feels like despite copious investment, the Texans O-line is underperforming. However, I feel like Bobby Slowik is a primary culprit.
I agree.
Your thoughts on why the star-studded offense struggles so much?
Yeah, well, the biggest thing, I think, more than anything, is the interior part of the offensive line. I have no problem with the tackle play. That's plenty good. And
Titus Howard there.
Yes, Titus Howard and, of course, Laramie Tunsil. They're damn good. Now, the other three guys, whether it's Kenyon Green or his replacement in this last game, which was Kendrick Green, that's really got to pick up.
No matter the green. No matter the green,
it's an issue, right? Yeah, it's not good there. Center play, Juice Scruggs is just okay. I mean, it's below okay. It's below average. And Shaq Mason, I would say about the same thing as well on that side of the ball. So, yes, I think to our Will 1990B, right, and what you're saying there, that interior part of the offensive line certainly not lived up to billing. And then, yes, people have caught on to Bobby Slowik and the pass protection scheme and the slide protection scheme that I'm telling you about. Again, I am not a believer in you can't go too much slide protection. It's too easy to expose. The great offenses in football know how to do man-to-man pass protection. There's more variance in how you can pick up blitzes and pass things off in man-to-man protection rather than having one guy's blocking man-to-man and four guys are working as a unit, which is good in a lot of ways. But when teams start to do some intricate stuff, you get a little bit handcuffed. And it's like, oh, no, we slid this way. Oh, no, we guessed wrong. They're coming the other way. It's hard to get four people to slide back the other way and in unison and like make it happen, if that makes sense at an elementary level, okay? And that's where teams are really exposing them, let alone the play up front. And, yeah, Bobby Slowik is not doing enough to help C.J. Stroud right now. C.J. Stroud right now is being it's being misused, and it's a shame. I mean, when C.J. Stroud goes 10 for 30, there's an issue. It's the most accurate quarterback in football. Like I said on Sunday night, this is institutional. This is a problem with their offense overall. It's not like this is Anthony Richardson where we see, oh, great throw. Oh, he misses the broadside of the barn. This is the most on-point thrower in the game, him and Joe Burrow. Right. So there's issues there altogether, and let's continue to break them down.
So he was 11 for 30, so a little better than you give him credit for.
Yeah, one completion
still
better.
Very bad.
And you want to say the interior three, they run block well. That's where I'll give them credit. It's funny how teams can be like that. They run block well, but when it comes to pass protection, individually they're not good, and as a unit, again, when they slide and do things and people stunt and do stuff, those interior three are not good at passing anything off or working as a unit as the interior three to make it all happen the right way either.
So you just saw those last three games for C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
Those are basically two of his worst three games. He had one last year, week 14 against the Jets, where he was 10 of 23 for 43.5%. All right, so what was working last year?
Yeah.
Is it just that other defenses have figured it out?
I think so. I think there's a little bit of that. There's no question. I mean, whenever there's a new coordinator and a new coaching scheme, right, it does take – we've seen this before. new coaches, first year, great success. Second year, hey, why isn't it working the same? Well, because everybody's got a full year to study you. They got a little, folder in their desk file that goes, hey, wait, boom. Oh, here's what Bobby Slowik likes to do. And here's his route combinations and, little things we wrote down about nuances we saw with pass protection. So I think there's some of that. And then I think when you couple that together with you're missing your 2 top receivers, it gets confounded and it just starts to snowball out of control. Here's my biggest problem. My biggest problem is this right here. They're not teaching C.J. Stroud anything about pass protection or where he's got to go with the football. That's the big thing.
Question from Mr. RDZ3. Does Bobby Slowik trust C.J. Stroud to run the offense? He doesn't seem to audible at the line of scrimmage.
He does not. So there, again, this is another thing a little bit with the Shanahan scheme and some of that, and like even old Mike Shanahan. They let the center more times than not do the protection, right? Where you'd see Brady or you see Mahomes go, hey, Mike, Lucky, 53, Mike. Or then they go, hey, Ringo call, 54, Mike, whatever. Like, do all that stuff. Yeah, you will not see Bobby Slowik and C.J. Stroud do that. They don't wire him to do that. So he's in they've taught the offensive line. I hope they know what they're doing, right? But that shows up because when they get tricked with certain blitzes, you could tell C.J. Stroud is like, they said they were going to handle all these things. Where's my hot route? I didn't even know who we were supposed to blitz or not. They blitzed 5. We had 5 offensive linemen. I thought we'd be okay. But, no, they called the ID over here, and they went this way. And now this guy came off this edge, and, I thought, if we have 5 blockers and they got 5 rushers, we should be able to pick it up. That's kind of what they told me all week in meetings. They're doing a disservice to him.
So when the quarterback is not involved in the pass protection, you think that puts the quarterback at a disadvantage?
Oh, my gosh. Like, it's great if sometimes when you have the best offense in football and you have a
like
center,
the Eagles with Kelsey.
Right, or you have exactly a center that could be all over. I was in Tennessee Titans with Kevin Mawai. It was a Hall of Fame center. They let him do that stuff. He was right 99 out of 100 times, right? Right.
Would you know what he's doing? Would you follow along with him?
I would because I had been taught so much, and so did Kerry Collins, but I always would look at like my buddy Vince Young, where he grew up in that system, and I wanted to be like, I don't think like nobody's really taught him about what's going on here and what happens if that guy doesn't come and this guy doesn't blitz and do all that. And Vince was all over the offense, but that was just an element. I got lucky that guys like Gruden taught me stuff like that, and they made me learn it, right? And I had to call things at the line of scrimmage and do that. And Josh McDaniels was the same way in Denver. So yes, so when you get into that system, and now you've learned. Right? Okay, yeah, there's some things you know. But were there some times when I got in at Tennessee and I said set hut, and I was like, wait, am I protected? They blitzed, and I don't know if I heard Mawai correctly because I was telling a receiver something and yelling out, the snap count or giving a signal. And I'm dropping back kind of like, wait, look at out of the corner of my eye. I'm just making sure that we get him. Yeah. And that's a horrible way to live and think, let alone like, wait, he did come and we didn't really talk about a plan if we don't pick that guy up. Where's my hot route? What do I do?
Right.
Like, we didn't talk about that. And that's an unsettling feeling. And I'm seeing that a lot with C.J. Stroud right now, and I know how he feels. And he's back there just, wait, hey, anybody open? Oh, wait, I think I'm protected. Let me look around. Anybody open? Oh, shit, nobody's open. And oh, gosh, I was protected, but we're not blocking any good anyways, and I'm getting pressure, and here we go. And, yeah, I think life is hard on him right now.
You might not know this off the top of your head, but knowing you probably do. Like, what percentage of teams in the NFL are the quarterbacks doing the pass
protection?
Yeah, the pass protection.
I would say, like, 80%.
Yeah.
80% is
they're at least involved.
A teamwork deal with the center. Okay. Right. Listen, even Tom Brady or a Peyton Manning or somebody like that every now and then might have been like, hey, Mike 54, and Jeff Saturday had been like, no, we want a Mike 53 here. Okay, yeah, you're right. All right, like whatever. Like there's dialogue there. But yes, I would say, as you saw Mahomes on Monday night, I mean, every play Mahomes is, hey, Mike 54, hey, Ringo Laser, like it's every play. That's what the top-notch quarterbacks do. That's what the top-notch functioning offenses do. Mm-hmm. To me, you're putting a lot on the offensive coordinator and the center if you do it the other way. And, that's to me like a little bit back to Super Bowl Chiefs-Eagles. That's kind of what happens. Like, oh, wait, I'm Jason Kelsey. I know everything, but they're bringing blitzes that nobody's brought against us this year, and they're hiding it, and I can't tell. or they're not even disguising it, and it's kind of like not even sound what they're doing, but they're doing it. And now the quarterback's just trusting me, and it's like,
how do you tell Jalen Hurts, hey, heads up, you may be screwed on this play?
Exactly, and that's some of those issues there. And yes, I would say at least 80% of teams got the quarterback involved in that.
All right, I like that. That was a good deep dive into that. All right, anything else that we're missing here?
I think we had like 2 plays we wanted to show just a little bit, just to hit on.
We have some screenshots here. So a career high 8 sacks for the Jets here.
I mean, listen, in the third quarter, the Texans were literally reluctant to drop back and throw the ball. I think they were like, wait, we don't know if we can protect, and I don't know if we can figure out which way to slide or do anything. Here's my first thing. This is easy, but again, here's my point. And what I want to show is, see, you have 3 guys lined up on the defensive line up top, right of the center, right? You got the middle linebacker, Sherwood, I believe, and then you got 2 defensive linemen above that. So they're going to get the center and the right guard and the right tackle. They're all going to go that way, right? Now, what they also have is another backer on the weak side kind of lined up over the guard, right? To kind of keep the presence of the left guard there, right, to help out so he can't kick out. And then they got Quinnen Williams on Laramie Tunsil. But there's a tight split by the receiver on the left. And you could see here that the corner number 4, I'm blanking on his damn name of the New York Jets here, DJ Reed. Thank you, Pete. He is going to come on a corner blitz, okay? And my point here is, one, it exposes their pass protection to a degree, okay? Right? Because as you see, and then go back to the last picture just real quick one more time if I could show it, if you can go back to that last one, is Sherwood, who was up there on the right side of the center, he backed out, okay? So now they got the center, the right guard, and the right tackle going over there to block 2 guys. That's it, right? They're wasting people, okay? And on the backside here, now, they're going to only bring 2 guys, but get home scot-free, right? And let's go to the next one here, where it's just Quinnen Williams, the defensive end, and DJ Reed off the edge. And DJ Reed, now, because of the way they lined up, and I didn't explain this all as cleanly as I would have liked to, but either way, DJ Reed is free off the edge. And I don't think CJ Stroud really knows and has a plan for this, because he's going, wait, they told me all week we'll pick this up. Now, there's no definitive hot route. He's trying to look front side, but as he's dropping back, he starts to realize, oh no, my backside's not blocked. I'm in trouble. I think he should throw to Joe Mixon down here on the bottom, who's breaking off his route on a little option route, and he should go there. But again, this is to me just a part of the broader problem, is when the quarterback doesn't know what makes him hot, where he's being protected, where he's not being protected. His eyes aren't in the right place. Therefore, he can't even go to the right place with the football when he sees the blitz, because he's not expecting it and he was looking somewhere else, right? And that, to me, is kind of the point I was trying to make with that play right there.
So that was the first quarter, so now they're already a little unsettled. We go to the second quarter here. This was a 2nd and 6 with about 7 minutes to go. Here, another one. He gets pressured and ends up having to just throw this one away.
Yeah, well, this is, again, too, they do play action here. All right, and you got to find, it's play action, and I like that they pull guards with their play action, so they make their passes look like they're runs. But you can't just go, hey, we're doing this, and we're going to pull the left guard, which is in our picture right now, he's on our right, but it's the left guard, and you can't just pull them against all looks, right? There's got to be calls that are made to go, wait. We want to run the play action. We want him to pull and do all that. But wait, not against this look, because right here, number 7, Hassan Riddick, is lined up right over him. So we can't, we have to find a different way to do this, whether we don't pull at all or we pull and make a call and pull somebody else where it makes more sense to pull that guy and how they lined up or whatever, if that makes sense to you, okay? And I think that's the big problem here. So go ahead. They go with this. They want to pull that left guard in Kendrick Green, but as you see, not only did Hassan Reddick blitz, the defensive tackle kind of went that way and replaced where the left guard was. And my point is, they need to make a call according to how that defense lines up to go, no, we're going to pull somebody else here, right? And go back to the last picture, if you don't mind, once again. So you see here the left guard in Kendrick Green, who had a horrible game and didn't block anybody. He's the one that pulls. What I would say here is pull the center, okay? Or pull the front side guard, okay? What I would really say is, hey, if you still want to run the play action and make it look like play action, let's keep our center on the D tackle lined up over him. Let's keep Kendrick Green on Hassan Reddick, who's lined up over him. Let's keep Laramie Tunsil on Will McDonald, who's lined up outside of him at defense end and left tackle, right? And now let's pull the front side guard who has a defensive tackle on the outside edge of his shoulder, but the offensive tackle can just block down and pin him down, and now there's nobody over the guard, and he can pull, right? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Am I explaining that the right way? But my point is, you just can't call a protection and pull linemen no matter what the look and just go, oh, we're good. There's got to be, again, a changing or a call to go, hey, this doesn't make sense. We can't pull this guy. Hassan Reddick's going to pull with our guy and be in the backfield, right? We got to find a different way to do that, and they don't do some of that stuff too. And again, that just speaks to their protection problems, their interior line problems, and some of their overall personnel problems.
And with the Jets defense, obviously a lot of talent with Quinnen Williams.
And they got speed and guys that can shoot gaps and do all that stuff.
Will McDonald also popped again for you, a guy you've liked for a long time.
Will McDonald is Quinnen Williams, their best defensive player.
Yeah.
Will McDonald this year is definitely their second best defensive player, or front seven defensive player, and you could argue this year, I would argue he's the second best defensive player on the defense altogether above Sauce Gardner. The effect he's had on games, he is phenomenal in the run, and his pass rush ability, I don't give a shit about his stats. He had so many plays where he disrupted the play, and he got sacks for other people in the game that won't go on the stat sheet that I should, the play up.
Yep.
He is really impressive and continuing to show growth in pass rush moves and what he does there they're very impressive.
Not an easy test for the Houston Texans against that defense. Will not be an easy test this Sunday Night Football. Dun, 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 dun. Against my Detroit Lions. We'll talk about their defense after we take this short break.
Yo, homies, thanks for watching. Yeah, it's time. The NFL season is here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
You can hit subscribe to get all the weekly picks, plus our Sunday recaps as the games are happening.
Oh, you know it. Nobody does that better than us. Thanks again for watching. Remember to subscribe. Peace out. We'll see you next time on Unbuttoned.